What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone is doing incredible. Today's video is going to be about lease purchase, the psychology behind the lease purchase from a company's point of view, or a financial company's point of view. Why do they sell company drivers on lease purchases? Because I touched about this in my last video, and what it does is it reduces the company's responsibility for having an employee. Basically, you go from employee to contractor. So if you're working for a company ABC and they put you you're their employee, they have to pay payroll tax on you. They have to have unemployment insurance on you. They have to have workman's comp, and some other stuff, So, and that stuff that the employee doesn't see, they have to pay a percentage of that. The company has to pay a little bit. Employer has to pay a little bit. So it's not just cut and dry like we all wish you could. You work, your hours, and then you just get a paycheck. We wish it all was that simple. So that's how that works. So what they do is they say, hey, let's put this guy in a lease purchase, or whoever. And so basically what that does is they don't have to pay all those fees associated with having an employee. So basically that person becomes a contractor, and the contractor is responsible for all those, your unemployment and all that other stuff, depending on how your business is structured and all that kind of stuff. So it reduces the responsibility of the employer, or the person that you're working for, in regards to business. So I hope you follow me. I hope this makes sense. So under an employee, if you get paid $100, $200 a day, gross, and all your taxes and everything like that, then the company's responsible for paying their portion of that, and then you're responsible for paying your portion. If you're a contractor or a lease purchase, you get a 1099 at the end of the year, and you're responsible for all those fees, depending on how you're structured. If you want more information on that, do your research. You know what I mean? So let's get into the psychology behind the lease purchase. In most cases, the financing companies and the companies that offer lease purchases, even though they're presenting it as if it's in your best interest, or it will be a benefit for you. In some ways it is, but remember, they always have a hidden agenda. And their hidden agenda is to, let's say they have this piece of equipment, and they're going to try to make as much money off that piece of equipment as possible. So this guy takes on a lease purchase, whether it's no money down or you put money down up front. Either way, you're still going to pay. You pay it up front, or you pay it spread out over the duration of the contract. So they're counting on you not to fulfill your contract and not to pay that truck off. So what do? They bring somebody else in. They get another down payment, and they get more payments on top of this truck, for this truck. And that guy didn't fulfill his contract. We'll bring somebody else in. Now during this what do you call it? Out of all these people that were in the truck, these people are supposed to maintain that truck, tires, brakes, and all the maintenance and PMs and all that kind of stuff. So basically, they're reducing their responsibility. The company is. and you're thinking you're getting a good deal, which you could be. I don't know. I'm just giving you just how I see things, just because I step back and I look at it. Now, is everybody like that? I'm sure they're not. So you just have to, be very conscious of things like these. So where did I learn this from? And how did I come to this conclusion? Number one, I don't know everything. I just look at different businesses and I see, oh, okay, well, that can be applied over here, this can be applied over there, blah, 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 blah. The real estate business. I used to be into real estate. I've studied a lot of real estate investing courses and things of that nature. So, and one of the strategies in the real estate business, real estate investing business, the we buy houses, is a lease purchase. And that's what a lot of guys try to shoot for rather than wholesaling, okay? So, in the real estate part of it, you can buy a house on lease purchase or rent to own. Same thing. Lease option. Same thing. It's all the same. They may change the words, but it's all the same. So, in the subject of real estate, there's a house where you see a house for sale, rent to own, or lease purchase, whatever. You put your money down, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $10,000, whatever, and then you make the payments over the duration of the contract. If you do not fulfill your contract, you're out of the house. So what does Mr. Real Estate Investor do? He puts the house back up on the market, lease purchase, and then he gets another $10,000, $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, and throughout the duration of that contract, he's getting payments. The renter is paying off the house and also taking care of any issues that come along with the house. So now transition, take real estate out and insert trucking, lease purchase trucking, same thing. So that's why you see these companies, you go there, it's like, oh man, here's a 2016 with only 10,000 miles on it. Yeah, I mean, they bought this truck. Somebody financed this truck, wherever they got the truck from. There was somebody in it, and person said, you know what, this isn't for me. So, and they just keep turning it over and turning it over and turning it over until hopefully somebody, in their mind, somebody will, they'll pay it off. Or maybe they hope they don't pay it off. I mean, I don't know. So, and I'm sure that somewhere in this process, somebody writes that truck off as a loss. I don't have 100% facts on that, but just the way that the tax codes are written and the tax laws are written, I'm pretty sure somebody writes that truck off as a loss for the full retail amount, and then what that's going to do is reduce the tax liability at the end of the year for, so, instead of having to pay tax on this amount, it reduces their tax expense because it's a loss at retail value. It's in the tax laws. I have, learn the tax laws, man. So hopefully that was a little clear on the lease purchase, how, it's not in their best interest. It's not in your best interest. Let me rephrase that. It's in the company's best interest to sell lease purchases or to finance lease purchases for guys, because in the long run, they don't want you to fulfill your contract and buy the truck. They just want to keep making a profit over and over and over off that piece of equipment. Now, are there some successful lease purchase operators out there? Yep, it sure is. A lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. So for those guys that have done it, make some videos, put some videos out, how to be a successful how to successfully, finish your lease purchase contract. Let's hear it. I mean, let's hear it. Because I don't know everything. I'm just here, man, trying to give you a little bit of information that I know. That's all.